Hi, thank you for watching Dig into China. I'm Dong Xiang. The earliest form of money is from China, a cast copper coin from the 11th century BCE. China also invented paper money in Song Dynasty in the 11th century CE. Now, the Communist China is poised to become the first country in the world to issue digital currency. Aren't we spending money digitally already? Credit card, Apple Pay in the US, and WeChat in China? True, but this is not digital currency. It just helps to move money electronically. What about a Bitcoin? Bitcoins exist outside the global financial system and are not legal tender like a cash issued by governments. China's digital currency is controlled by its central bank, the issuer of the new electronic money, digital yuan or renminbi. Compared with the Bitcoin, the digital yuan eliminates the anonymity for the user. It gives Chinese communist regime vast new tools to monitor its people. The digital currency is programmable. Beijing has tested expiration dates to encourage users to spend it quickly. It's also trackable. The government has already deployed hundreds of millions of facial recognition cameras to monitor its population. It can be used to issue traffic tickets or levy fines on jaywalking. Now, with digital currency, it is possible to both meter out and collect the fines as soon as violation is detected. You are instantly monitored and the rules enforced. When Xi Jinping talked about his China dream, returning China to a world superpower status, he envisioned China's yuan would become the world's reserve currency, a status the US dollar has enjoyed since the end of World War II. Beijing has long viewed the dollar's dominance as a threat to China's economy and its global ambition. Since the 2008 financial crisis, Beijing has put forward effort to promote the Chinese yuan in international trades and finances. One such move was to convince other nations participating in China's Belt and Road Initiative to settle trades and investments with the Chinese yuan. Yet, despite the Chinese government's relentless effort, the Chinese yuan currently accounts for only 2% of global foreign exchange reserve assets. US dollar's dominance remains unchallenged. When Bitcoin launched in 2009, most governments largely played down its significance. China paid attention. At first, Beijing feared that if people began to widely use it, it could undermine CCP's power. But it also dazzled Beijing. In 2014, the central bank launched a formal study for a possible Chinese digital currency. At the same time, online payment flourished in China, the adoption of the Alipay and WeChat apps making cash mostly unneeded. Then, in 2019, Facebook announced it would pursue its own cryptocurrency. While US regulators focused on stopping Facebook, China accelerated its pursuit of a digitized yuan, launching trials in April 2020. All of a sudden, the US and other Western countries realized that Facebook's digital currency is now done by a powerful government, and it poses a big threat to the US dominance in the international financial system. A typical economic sanction will become toothless because individuals or governments under US sanctions will be able to avoid the financial pain by using digital yuan to access their assets. Countries such as North Korea, Iran, Russia will likely use digital yuan to exchange money, settle weapon sales, or other illicit activities. They can bypass the existing financial system entirely and blind the US intelligence agencies. The US and its allies won't be able to detect a potential threat before they materialize. When more countries opt to use the digital yuan, Chinese geopolitical and economic influence will enhance. Josh Lipsky of the Atlantic Council think tank remarks, "Anything that threatens the dollar is a national security issue." As a matter of fact, Beijing's key marketing message of the digital yuan is to weaken the power of American sanctions. According to a Wall Street Journal report, in a 2019 war game at Harvard University, U.S. policymakers imitated a response to a nuclear missile development by North Korea secretly funded with digital yuan. The war game participants concluded that the digital yuan was more threatening than the nuclear warhead. Several war game participants are now working in the Biden administration. Next February at the Beijing Winter Olympic, authorities plan to give visiting athletes digital yuan to spend when they are in the spotlight, a perfect PR stunt. Beijing has joined an initiative to develop protocols for the cross-border use of digital currencies, working with the Bank of International Settlements and the central banks of Hong Kong, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates. Last year, the Bank of International Settlement conducted a survey. It showed at least 60 central banks were exploring to issue their own digital currency. However, the U.S. is not in a hurry. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said the U.S. is studying the issue but in no hurry to do anything. However, based on Bitcoin.com news, the U.S. Federal Reserve has been actively working on a central bank digital currency, CBDC. At least 2 prototypes of a digital dollar are near completion, developed by officials at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. The research could be unveiled as soon as July. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly.